Okay guys, it's prop firm review time, and this time it was one that was suggested by you guys. In all my videos, every time I do prop firm reviews, I keep reading the comments and I see you guys asking for reviews. And when I see the same prop firm come up enough, then I will do the reviews. And as such, today we're doing a review on Aqua Funded. I've had a lot of people asking about Aqua Funded. Please do a review on Aqua Funded. So here we are. I'm doing it for you guys, Aqua Funded. So let's get stuck in, guys. We're going to be doing the same thing we do for every of our prop firm reviews. We're going to be looking at 4 different areas, that being the challenges and the rules and the regulations of the challenges. And next, we're going to look at the company overview. Then we'll also look at the trading conditions. And finally, we'll look at anything unique or anything that they do maybe differently to any other prop firms. So with that being said, let's get stuck straight in. Okay, guys, so Aqua Funded, first thing to just note about these guys is they are based in Dubai, and they've only been around, I think it's about a year now, maybe a little bit less actually. December 2023 is when they were established in Dubai, so still a very new company. But having said that, if I jump over to this over here, you can see that they've already paid out over $2 million. So with their highest paid trader on 119,175, and then they've got 15,000 plus traders worldwide. So even though they've only been around for a short amount of time, they seem to have a lot of traders on board, and they seem to have made quite a lot in payouts. So with that being said, let's go straight to the challenges and then also looking at the rules and regulations of the challenges. Now, I do also want to make sure that you guys understand we are not affiliated with any of the prop firms we do reviews on. We are just doing these reviews for you guys, for your information, to bring as much info as we can to you guys. The main thing is for us to dig out all of the information, making sure that you guys understand all the rules, pinpointing specific rules maybe where you might get caught up, and just generally giving our opinion on this prop firm as if I were doing or we were doing our own research about to take it. So that's kind of the whole point of bringing these reviews to you, is to give you that, full breakdown of our research on these companies, okay? And then you make your decision. And that's what I'm going to stick to when I am doing these. Now, some of these I potentially have already done, so I maybe will have experience, but in general, it's just going to be based on all the information I can gather about the prop firm. So let's go to the challenge. These guys have 4 different types of challenges. Essentially, it's 2. They have 2 different types of 2-steps. So we're going to be looking at those. They have a 1-step, a 2-step, and a 3-step. Okay, they've recently brought in the 3-step. So they've got quite a variety when it comes to actual types of challenges. You can do Forex, indices, metals, and crypto. We're going to look at the 100K as our base because that's what we do for all of our reviews. So we're going to stick to that. We'll quickly go over the 1-step. Let's have a quick dive in at the 1-step. So 1-step basically is you do 1 phase, you pass that, and then you go to your unlimited. So the profit target is 9%. Your maximum daily loss is only 3%, and your maximum loss is 6%. And then your account leverage is 1 to 100 maximum. So I think that's for the Forex, and then it comes down from there. And then payouts bi-weekly and 90% profit split, which is amazing. And this is across the board. So the 90% and the bi-weekly is on all of them. But I would say this is quite tough, because one of the things that I have also found out within my research is for the 1-step or the 1 phase or the single phase, they use a trailing drawdown. So that means it follows you as you go. So that could also make it a bit tougher. So that's definitely worth pointing out. Now, their fee, it's kind of average, I would say, $395. So looking at about 400 for a single phase, I suppose, is about average. But I'm not going to go into too much more detail. Then I'll quickly have a look at the 3-step, and then we'll go into the 2-step. So the 3-step, exactly what it sounds like. You have 3 steps. You have 1-step, 2-step, 3-step, and then you go into your actual funded accounts, right? So your profit target for each of them is 6%, 6%, 6%. Max daily loss is 4%. Maximum loss is 8%. So that's not too bad. I think that's workable, and it's a lot cheaper for the 100K. So this is something that actually a lot of traders have been asking for, and we're seeing this a little bit more now with prop firms. There's three phases to actually get to your funded. So yes, it's going to take you a bit longer, but I think generally it's a little bit easier. Bi-weekly and 90% is the same, and your leverage is the same. But yeah, interesting that the price is 282, so quite reasonable for a 100K challenge. Okay, so now let's go to the 2-step, because this is kind of what we have done all of our reviews based on around the 2-step, and I think it's probably the most popular. So let's have a look. So on the 2-step, the basic 2-step, they have got unlimited trading period, which is the norm, prop profit target is 8%. So you're looking at 8% on phase 1 and then 5% phase 2, which is kind of standard average, I would say. Most of the prop firms now you're looking at 8% and 5%. Some of them are 10%, 5%. Maximum daily loss is 5%. Maximum loss is 8%. So 2% lower than what you would normally find. But I've seen a few prop firms doing this at 8% for their maximum loss. And then account leverage again is 1 to 100 for the FX. But something to note at this point is actually when you get to the funded account, they reduce your account leverage to 1 to 50, which I don't really like. I don't like that they actually do that. And then payouts bi-weekly, which we're seeing that's kind of the norm now. And then the profit split 90% to start off with, and you can actually upgrade to 95%. So a 90% starting profit split, I think that's pretty amazing. So I like that. So let's have a quick look at what the difference is between the 2-step and the 2-step pro. So if we go over to the 2-step pro, the only difference that I can see is the profit target is now 10% instead of the 8%. And again, your maximum loss increases to 10% rather than the 8%. Maximum daily is still 5. Your account leverage does drop to 1 to 50. And I imagine that is what you would be trading on the funded account as well. It costs a little bit more, but the only thing you're really gaining is the 2% more for the maximum loss. But then at the same time, you're gaining 2% extra as your target for phase 1. So are you really gaining anything? But your price does increase. So $487 for this one versus the 2-step, the normal 2-step, which is $387. So $100 more to essentially gain 2% on your maximum loss, but you're losing 2% on basically your profit target, or you're gaining. You have to go 2% more to actually get to your profit target. So for me, I would still personally, I'd still be trading this one. I don't really see the benefit in trading the 2-step pro. It's more expensive. You get less leverage. The only benefit is the maximum loss. But like I said, you're kind of losing that anyway with the profit target. So for me, I wouldn't really take that. So I think the regular 2-step is kind of the way I would go. So I'm just going to have a quick look at my notes, guys. I've got some things here that I did write down that I wanted to bring to you guys. So we've mentioned profit split. The cost, $387. That's a really good cost. And then I wanted to say that they do offer MT5. They call it Platform 5 now. MT5, Match Trader, and Match Locker. They have no news trading on challenges on the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 if you're doing the 3-phase, but you are not allowed trading news on funded. So very important that you guys are aware. No news trading on funded accounts, okay? You can hold trades over the weekend. From what I've seen, that's across the board. Challenge, phase 1, phase 2, and funded. You can do that. They have no consistency rule, which is really good. That's a tick in the right direction. You can hold up to 400K. You can buy into 400K worth of challenges, and you can take multiple challenges at the same time from what I've seen. But you have got to be very careful that you're not trading on the same pairs in opposite directions, because they don't like that. So even if you are stacking accounts and trading them all at the same time, just be very careful with what pairs you're trading. Make sure, sometimes it happens without even knowing you're trading the same pair, but one is in a buy, one is in a sell. So they could look at that as hedging. So just be very careful when you are trading multiple accounts. But you can hold up to 400K, and then you can scale up to 2 million. So their scaling works very much the same as everyone else's. I think you get to 10% every 3 or 4 months, and then you get scaled up. So it's very similar to most of the other prop firms that I've seen. Very important. This is a big one, guys. You do get your refund. You can get your refund, but it's only on the 4th payout. That's correct. The 4th payout. So if you get 1 payout, 2 payouts, 3 payouts, and then you fail, you don't get your refund. So that 387 you will only get on your 4th payout, which I think is a little bit cheeky. I don't really like that. Just give the refund on the first payout like every other prop firm does. I don't understand the reasoning for it. Well, I do understand, because they don't want to give that to you. They want to hold on to that because, again, like I said, that's their pot, right? That's where their pot is, and that's what they use for paying others. So in a way, I kind of see it from the business point of view, but I don't think traders are going to like that, right? So it's an interesting one. I don't know. What do you guys think? Put it in your comment. What do you think about the refund that they're doing? Good for the business or bad for the trader? I think it is. It is good for the business, bad for the trader. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Okay, and then the drawdown for 2-phase and 3-phase is static, which is good. And it is also highest. Your max daily loss is based on the highest balance or equity. So whichever is highest, they take that. So it's balance or equity based, which I don't like. I always like it to just be balanced. I would prefer that. So that's everything I think from my side, everything I could find when it comes to actually the challenges and the rules and the regulations. I think there's some good stuff in there. I think there's some stuff that, you know, I'm not too sure about. So overall, I'm going to give these guys an 8 out of 10 for their challenges, the variety, and just the rules and regulations. There's some things that maybe, you know, I would have possibly even gone a higher 8.5, but there's a few things in there that I don't like. So I'm going to pop that back down to an 8. So that's my mark for the challenges, rules, and regulations. Okay, so now let's go and have a look at the company overview. So what do I know? I know that these guys are based in Dubai. I know that they were established and launched in December 2023. So it's not even been a whole year that they've been open. But like I did say, they've got a lot of traders on their account. They seem to be doing fairly well in terms of getting customers, getting people. So far, so good. But generally speaking, we do say that a very young company, you've got to be careful because they haven't really had chance to find their feet yet, and anything can happen. So for me, you know, they still are very, very new, a very new company. Not that you can cut them out because of that. It's just that it's something to take note of. They are very new to the game, but from what I'm seeing is they've done fairly well in the time they have been here. So another thing to note, the owner of the company, the guy that kind of opened it up and set it all up, is this guy here called Jason Blacks. I'm not sure where he's from. I think he's from the UK. And as you can see, he is quite a young guy. From what we've said in the past, again, you know, you've got to be very careful. We've kind of called these out as being red flags, but it's difficult to say, you know, we don't really know the guy, but he is a young guy with a prop firm that is fairly new to the market. So these are things you have to take into consideration. But with that being said, I have contacted the support. I'll show you over here. So talking about their support, the support was pretty good. Initially, what happened was I asked my usual question that I normally do, or ask similar question. I basically asked, you know, what is the difference between the trailing and the static drawdowns? Initially, I was given a response by a bot saying that I'll only get a response in 2 hours, and can I give them an address so that they can give me the answer? So I did give the address, and then about 4 minutes later, I got a response anyway. So is this just a tactic to get hold of email addresses? If so, pretty clever. But anyway, within 4 minutes, I did get my response. They did give me an answer. So the support, from what I've seen on, you know, with my own experience and also with some of the, you know, the reviews that have been done, the support seems to be okay. Overall, I would say that the support has better reviews than not. Let's have a quick look at a little bit further looking in. Aqua Funded on X, they posting all the time. Their last post was 2 hours ago. So they are very, very active on X. The other guy that I see a lot is this guy. No, not this guy, is this guy, Lewis Morton. Another very young guy. There's the COO of Aqua Funded. And again, a very young guy. Not to say that that's a bad thing, but it is something to take note of, you know? And then if we look, Jason Blacks's Instagram account, unfortunately, it's kind of the posts I would rather not see. I mean, this is his personal account after all, but it kind of shows the man behind the name, right? Someone that's kind of showboating the, you know, the whips and the lifestyle and the kind of things that we always talk about as being a red flag. You know, if someone like him is getting into that lifestyle, likes spending money, the worry is that that's where the nets of that capital I was talking about, some of it starts dripping through for things like this. And I did also want to say that within that, further down here, they were talking about a trip that they took to Cape Town, and the post was basically saying that their trip to Cape Town, here we go, $150,000 on a holiday to Cape Town. I don't really like that side of it. You know, yeah, I get it. You know, from a marketing point of view, you're showing that lifestyle. That's what you're selling. But as a company that is serious and a businessman that is serious, I don't really like seeing this. I'd rather like seeing other things, maybe things, you know, maybe more down to earth. Yeah, fine, showing his lifestyle, maybe with girlfriend, wife. But this kind of stuff, I don't know. What is your guys' thought? Do you like seeing the showboating? Generally, I don't like seeing it from, you know, someone who owns a prop firm. We've talked about this in the past. So, and I'm not saying anything bad against the guy. You know, don't get me wrong. He likes what he likes. And this is his account. You know, we're not looking at, on Aqua Funded in general, it's all trading and it's all business. But it gives a little bit of an insight to who the man behind the name is. With that being said, I do want to take you over to the Trustpilot. So Trustpilot, they've been around for a little under a year. They've got 648 reviews, which, you know, taking into account that they said that they have got 15,000 plus traders worldwide, you'd think they'd have a lot more reviews. So that's for me also a little bit, it comes into it as well. They're on a 4.4, only 79% 5-star and then 9% 1-star. Okay, so it's not great. You have companies like FTMO that are 4.8, 14,000 reviews, and they've only got 3% 1-star. So you see the difference there. Even we can look at someone like the Fivers, 4.9, 7,800, 2% 1-star. So you see there, that for me, it is a little bit of a worry, you know. So their company overview, they seem to be running a good ship. The ship seems to be sailing and running smoothly, but there's a lot of things there that, you know, are kind of a little bit kind of red flaggy. But I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just bringing these things to your attention. So with that being said, with everything I've taken into account, I have to give the company overview a 6 out of 10. And it's something that, you know, we will kind of come back, revisit maybe in 6 months or so. Okay, so now let's go over to trading conditions, guys. One of the things I did have a look at, where was this? Rules, platforms. I did find that over here. They talk about Aqua Funding. All our accounts are ECN. So ECN spreads are electronic communication network. So these are often much narrower than your normal brokers, and often can be as low as 0 when it comes to spreads. So generally ESN, the spreads are way lower. So that's a good thing. And then their commission is $5 per lot for FX, $5 per lot for commodities and indices and crypto, none. So that's your trading conditions when it comes to spread and commission. Okay, so here we go, guys. You can pause here if you want. This is their leverage. The max is out at 1 to 100. You can see that it's 1 to 100 for Forex, indices 1 to 20, commodities 1 to 20, crypto 1 to 2. But then it goes down for an actual funded account. So this is very, very important that you note this. Forex goes down to 150, indices 1 to 10, commodities 1 to 10, and crypto 1 to 2. It stays 1 to 2. So yeah, that's their leverage, guys. I think that's all to do with the trading conditions. I think, you know, the fact that their spreads are good is a good thing. They're using ECN. So I think, you know, when it comes to the actual trading conditions, from what I'm seeing, I can only rate it on what I'm seeing. I haven't actually traded it personally. So I'm going to just give it a 7 out of 10 for trading conditions. And then finally, we're going to look at their unique perks or anything special that pops out with these guys. Now, the first thing I would say is this payout guarantee that they have. Now, they talk about you getting paid in 48 hours, or they will pay 100% of the profit split. Now, that's pretty interesting. You know, that's quite a big thing, that if you don't get paid within 48 hours, you'll get 100% profit split. Now, as a statement, it's pretty cool. And I'm going to stick to that. But I think this would be something that, you know, maybe further down the line when we review them again, when we do an updated review, to see, is this something that they hold true? Are you still getting that payout of 100%? Because if you are waiting longer than 48 hours, it probably means they're reviewing your account. And in most cases, they're probably just going to tell you the reason we haven't is because we found something and you're not getting paid at all. So this is an interesting one. Now, if it is just a basic that they are just too slow and there's nothing wrong with your account, and then they give you 100% profit split, that's pretty cool. So I'm going to stick to that as a pretty unique perk. And then the other thing that I wanted to talk about is their 90% profit split. I think that's a really cool perk as well. 90% profit split starting, and you can actually upgrade that to 95%. You don't see many other companies starting at 90%. So for me, that's another one. So I'm going to give them an 8 out of 10 for their unique perks, because I think there's two unique perks that are pretty cool, but we kind of do have to see how they run out, how they play out. So we will kind of revisit this when we do an updated review, maybe in 6 to 8 to 10 months of this company. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope I covered everything you were looking for me to cover. If you guys have traded with these guys, make sure you pop it in the comments. What was your experience? Good, bad, or, you know, you're still in the trade at the moment, or have you had any issues? I would love to hear from you guys. I love hearing your side of the story, because it's, you know, that's what kind of makes this real. And then everyone else will see the comments as well. And this way we can get as much information out about all of these reviews we do is with you guys. So with that being said, guys, the last thing I have to say is we at Blue Edge Financial, we have an EA called Titan X, which is basically passing prop firms for our clients, and it's constantly getting better. We now have a hedging bot which will hedge on your live account against your prop account, which essentially means that not only can you make your money back if you fail, we've actually worked in an over hedging strategy now that you can even make profit if you fail challenges. Now imagine this, you take a 100K account, you fail your challenge and you still make a profit. After making your challenge feedback, you still make a profit of around $500. This is what some of our clients are doing. We've got over 950 of our clients funded at this point. So if this is something you're interested in, you want to see a little bit more about this, go to www.propfarming.com, have a look at the demo video over there and fill in the form and we'll get back to you. Our support guys will get back to you, and who knows, you guys could be making money even if you're failing challenges. So that's it guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't liked the video already, like the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, because we're going to bring a lot more content. I've just started a series where I'm actually tracking my progress of actually getting to $5,000 a month from prop farming, from the journey. So if you want to follow that, make sure you watch. I've already put the first video out, so follow me, subscribe, and that's it guys. I wish you all the best in your trading and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.